Architectural Board of Review, Village of Lake Bluff, meeting called to order on November 4th. Roll call.
Sure. Member Waymeyer?
Here.
Member Callahan?
Here.
Member Dittmer?
Here.
Okay, and Member Dahlman is not here, and members Deegan and Kerouac are not here. Okay, so we have 4. We have a quorum.
Okay, I seem to have lost my my picture.
Uh-oh. We can still see you.
All right, well, let's just move ahead then. The minutes of the meeting of October 6th. Anybody have any comments on those minutes, corrections, whatever?
Nope.
Nope. Then if not, then do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
And a second.
I second that.
Okay, roll call, right, Mike?
Yes. Member Dittmer?
Here?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah. All right. Member Callahan?
Aye.
Member Waymeyer?
Aye.
And Neil, I see you're here with us. This is a motion on approval of the minutes. Are you?
Oh, I read them. I agree.
Your aye.
I had to switch computers.
Yeah. Okay. And Chair Hunter.
Aye.
Okay, that's 5 ayes.
Okay,
Minutes are approved.
next issue is, well, is there any non-agenda items? I assume not, nobody's there. Is that right, Mike?
Correct. There's nobody here in person. And only
Okay,
our
then we'll go on
applicants
to item 4, which is a public hearing to review a proposed dumpster enclosure at 303, 305 Waukegan Road. Is there someone there to testify for that, Mike?
Yes, Chris Coop is on the call with us, so we will need to swear him in for the hearing.
Okay, who is this, Chris?
Chris.
Yes, my name is Chris Kalb with Bismarck Management, and I represent REEB, which is the ownership for the building.
Okay, well, I'm going to swear you in, and just say I do if you agree. You tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the testimony you're about to give. If so, say I do.
I do.
Okay, thank you. So let's just move ahead.
So go ahead, Chris, and say what you would like to tell us about your application.
Sure. I'd say it's quite a while ago, the owner had asked me to remove a fence that was there. It was an enclosure of some sort. Michael had approached me about replacing that fence with some sort of enclosure in order to bring more privacy so you don't see the dumpsters, essentially. What we found with, for a few years, we only had one tenant in that building. So Panera, which obviously is the bigger tenant that has quite a bit of waste, they had that whole dumpster enclosure or that dumpster area to themselves. Now we have Tacos El Norte in there as well. So with those 2 dumpsters, there's not quite enough room to accommodate both dumpsters in that area without doing some sort of modification to the existing area. So I am proposing that we remove this portion of parking lot island. It currently has hedges of some sort, but in the wintertime, those hedges are basically non-existent, so you can see right through it. I want to remove that parking lot island and backfill it and asphalt it appropriately just to match the existing parking lot. And then we would install a privacy fence and that would include a double wide gate of some sort to be able to have one tenant have their dumpster there facing the east side behind that gate, and then we would allow Panera to keep their dumpster on the north side as they have been. So this is essentially to kind of not only restore a fence line that was proposed by or requested by Mr. Croak, but also to improve it by allowing us to have two methods of entry for trash removal.
Okay, thank you. Any comments?
There's a note here that says that we should talk about if it should be stained to match the color of the building, and I guess I was curious if the old fence that was there had been stained to match the color of the building previously.
If I recall correctly, it was not necessarily to the building, but to the trim of some sort. I'm absolutely, I don't think that we're going to mind either way. I only asked Mr. Croak that for us, typically we plan on using, treated lumber. Typically it's best to kind of let it weather a little bit. So what I would prefer is we install it. We basically, if I'm able to be approved, we would pretty much get rocking on this work and have the pavement done right away and install the fence. And then maybe in the springtime we would come back and we would color match it once it's weathered a bit. I think usually 3 to 6 months is pretty sufficient to bring out some of the acid that's in the treated lumber. So yeah, we're open to doing that.
Anybody else?
I wondered about the color also. I wondered, it seems to me that more often than not, when somebody tries to match the color on the building, that it doesn't end up matching. And whether or not it wouldn't be best just to, as an option, just to let it weather.
Yeah.
I did wonder about, this fence will cover the east side of the dumpsters, but there's nothing covering the north side of the dumpsters. If you're on Route 176, you can't even see it because there's a berm there. But I wonder if anybody has any concerns about the north side.
My only comment to that is we're in a pretty tight spot there. When you have, so all the employees for Tacos El Norte, for example, they typically are parking right along that north property line, that north parking lot line. My concern is anything we do to make it a little bit harder for those trucks, which, adding doors there, because we would need to add another gate along the north side. We would have to add doors there that also kind of make it a possible issue. And then my other complaint would be, or not complaint, my other concern would be if there's any kind of snow removal concerns. When you have gates, sometimes trash removal vendors can be very finicky, we'll say, very finicky, and I don't want that to be an issue. And my last comment would just be that we did, they're really, like you said, there's no real visibility along that main roadway on the north side because of the landscaping.
Anybody else? Chris, I noticed there's a used oil container in there too. Is that always there? I assume it is. That's like another third item.
Correct. Yeah, that would be more than likely. That one is for Tacos El Norte, I would believe. I can't recall which tent that would be, but there would be something that's cooking waste where they have the tenant has that disposed of.
So does that ever get spilled?
As spilled, no. As far as I'm aware, they basically pump that out. So a vendor comes there, pumps out the oil as needed when that time does come.
Okay. So does anybody else have any questions? So what do you think about leaving the fence natural for now anyway?
I think that'd be okay to do. One thing I was looking at, kind of just that the island that is, I guess, to the east of where the fence is going to be.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to get a truck backed in there with that island right out in front of it, or not? I mean, is that enough room?
I was looking at that and comparing it to what's existing on the north side, and I don't see them having any issues with that. And that's part of the reason why I did ask my vendor to make sure that the gate is a wide gate, so there's more than enough room for them to do that. And also, these dumpsters themselves are actually, for restaurant tenants, they're fairly small dumpsters. So I don't see it being too much of an issue for that at all.
Okay.
Okay, so, anybody ready to make a motion here?
I'll make a motion that it be approved as submitted, and if they wish to leave the color be natural, they could do that, or they could try to match the color later in the spring if they wish.
Second?
I second.
Okay. Mike? Roll
Okay,
call?
yep. Member Waymire,
Aye.
Member Dittmer,
Aye.
Member Callahan,
Aye.
Member Dahlman,
Aye.
and Chair Hunter.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes, and Chris, this is a recommendation to the village board, so I can put it on the Monday night meeting for the village board for final approval,
Okay.
if you'd like,
Okay.
the next meeting. Okay. Well, thanks.
Great. Thank you. Is there anything else needed on my part?
Think not. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, moving right along. Next on the agenda is a public hearing to review a proposed fence at 702, 706 Oak Avenue. Mike, do we have somebody to represent that?
Yes, Bill Powers is on the line with us here,
Hi, Bill.
I'm Mike. Hi, folks.
and it's a public
Okay,
hearing, Bob,
since
so we
this is
should
another public
swear him
hearing,
in.
Bill, I'm gonna ask you to, have to swear you in.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? On the testimony you're about to give, so say I do.
I do.
Okay, thank you. Fire away.
Okay, so what we've proposed in our permit application is to install a fence on the east side of the backyard of 706 Oak Street, as well as a fence that will connect to the neighbor to the north. They already have a fence, a 6-foot fence up on that property line, all the way to our building, installing a gate near the parking area, the two-spot parking pad there, just to the east of the fence, the proposed fence, and a gate going into the backyard to provide some privacy and enhance the value of the unit that we're currently rehabbing. The neighbor to our west currently has I'll call it a temporary fence. It's a green, like 3-foot high fence that their landlord had put up to help with keeping their dogs in the yard. And in my opinion, it's kind of unsightly. This will allow us to have that removed and a permanent structure that has a little bit more integrity installed.
Okay. Okay, anybody have any thoughts on this?
I just had a quick question. It looks like the fence on the south end goes across the sidewalk that's existing there. Is there any sort of a gate plan there, or is it just going to have the single access point over on the north side?
Just a single access point. There's 2 other units to the south, 702 and 704, and those will have access to the parking pad just to the south of the building. And then this is more of a private unit with a private entrance to the north. It's actually something that we're converting to a 3-bedroom unit right now, and so it'll have just that one entrance on the north to the parking pad area.
Thank you.
Yep.
So there will be a gate.
Correct. There'll be a gate next to the building on the north side of the building, facing the parking area. There's room for two cars on a parking pad just to the north of the building there.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Any questions from anybody else on the commission? No? People are pretty quiet tonight. Anybody there?
Yep.
No questions from me.
Okay, is this fence gonna be painted? I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
It will be?
Sorry, what? What was the question?
Just asking what the finish of the fence is. Is it?
Oh, what the finish of it? We were planning on matching the finish of the existing fence that's on the north property line. It's just a natural wood finish. There's no staining, no anything to it. It's just the natural wood.
Okay. Anybody have any other questions? Or any questions at all? If not, then we need to have a motion.
I can do it. I'd like to recommend that the village board approve the proposed site plan as presented.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, thank you. Roll call again, Mike.
Okay. Member Dahlman,
Aye.
Member Dittmer,
Aye.
Member Callahan,
Aye.
Member Waymeyer,
Aye.
and Chair Hunter.
Aye.
Okay, the recommendation
Okay, thank
passes
you.
5-0. So Bill, this is a recommendation to the village board, and I can put you on the agenda for the next village board meeting, which is Monday evening, if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Okay, thanks. Will do.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Sure, no problem. Take care. Yep.
Okay, Mike, you have the staff report of anything?
No, I really don't have anything else.
Wow. Anybody else have anything?
I would make one comment on both of these items that we discussed tonight. It seems for the petitioners that we're putting them to a lot of trouble for something like this, to have to go to a couple of different commission meetings and then the village board. And it seems like we could recommend to the village board that things like this just be approved by our commission and that they be final. I don't understand the village board spending time on something like this. It is a site plan approval, and that's what the rule is. But
Right.
I agree with you,
I think
Neil.
you're exactly right, Neil. In fact, we actually made that recommendation to the village board, and the lawyers are actually still working on drafting up our changes to the ABR site plan procedures. But I expect it'll go forward perhaps in December to the village board, and I'm expecting they're going to approve that. So yes, like you, I'm looking forward to the day when that is all finalized, because we made that recommendation a long time ago now, and we can do some of these things with a little more
Well,
expedited
and I'll tell you,
procedure.
when some of these people have to drive 40 miles to, not for something like this, but some of the times that we've had a very small issue and they have to come in for this, it's just a little bit onerous to put that on a petitioner.
Right, that's true. Well, and now that we all
Right
know
now,
how
it's a
to,
little easier.
right. Well, I mean, now that we all know how to do things by Zoom, maybe even when the whole
Well, kind
COVID
of.
thing is over, we might still allow some applicants who are far away to connect in through Zoom for some minor stuff.
Yeah, that makes it easier, but hopefully that's not gonna be forever,
Right, exactly. Yep.
so. Okay, nothing else?
Is there a motion?
move we adjourn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll, I guess we have to have a motion and a second to adjourn?
Right.
Okay,
I move-
Neil?
I move we adjourn.
A second.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor of adjournment? Say aye.
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 All right, thanks, folks. Go back to
Okay,
watching
motion
the,
passes.
the finals, whatever you call
Good seeing
Bye,
you,
guys.
everybody. Yep, take care.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
them. Bye.
Night.
Night.
Good night.